Hi everyone, it's Davey from EndlesslyHeSaid. So today's video is a little bit different. It's hashtag power to decide. This video is all about the upcoming election in the UK, and I was asked by YouTube to make a video, what if someone else had the power to decide what I was doing? So I did. I took to Facebook and I asked the question, what video do you want to see? My friend Pete commented saying he'd love to see a review of the new Paramore record. So I'm going to do that. So the new Paramore record, After Laughter, came out a couple weeks ago when you're seeing this video, and it's a banger, to be honest. I've seen Paramore a long time ago. I'm talking maybe 12 years ago, and it's really refreshing to see that Paramore have still got it. I followed their career a little bit. I really enjoyed the Riot record, and the one after that I was a little bit on the fence about, but this one has definitely brought it home in a very modern way for me. I'll run through track by track what I enjoyed and what I didn't, and all about the record. So the record kicks off with their big single called Hard Times, and I wish it was a Cro-Mags song, but it's not. This is a really upbeat pop single, and it definitely sets the tone for the entire album, which is fantastic. The next track on there, Rose Colored Boy, has a real 80s feel underneath. The keys really cut through, and when Hayley's singing, it sounds almost like Madonna. It's really reminiscent of that 80s pop group. There's a lot of good hooks in this song, and it definitely draws you in. The idea with an album, I think, is you should also start off strong and then go stronger with the next track. When it gets to the next track, Told You So, it's very much up to date. I feel like this song is kind of millennial, you can see that the tone they're trying to set with this. But that being said, it's really instrumental, and as a bass player I think that the grooves are excellent on this. You can see that it's all about the instrumentation on this song, and that plays out really well. Forgiveness is one of my favourite songs on this record. It reminds me a little bit of Tegan and Sarah. It's got quite strong female vocals, and it's dual layered, so it's there's tracks and tracks of Hayley's vocal going on throughout it. The mid-paced nature of the song is good. You want it to step up a little bit, but I think it fits in well with the subject, is that we can forgive but we don't always forget. And as soon as we start to get into the middle of the album, we get those summer vibes. Fake Happy is strictly that. It's all summer vibes. It's upstrung guitars and groovy bass hooks, and it does make you want to be dancing outside and at festivals and having a fun time with it. There's some differences on the album, 26 is definitely a bit more melancholy, and that pick guitar seems to sit a little bit oddly in the mix of the album. It almost feels like it shouldn't have belonged on the track listing. I can see where it fits lyrically within the whole concept of the album, but I would have liked it almost maybe towards the end, or maybe as a little bit of a B-side or something. I think when the song Pool hits in, you can tell it's very much Paramore. This is traditional Paramore. The guitars are a lot more crunchy, it's really upbeat, and it's got good alternative rock vibes to it, which for me was what I always loved about Paramore as a band. It's a good summer song as well. It's not as hard-hitting as Pool, but Grudges does really deliver in the middle of the album, and I think in today's modern world where we're releasing albums, people want to have something that's going to keep people interested the whole way through. Caught in the Middle for me was the grower of the album. It sat quite neatly in the mix of everything, and so I was listening to the album again and again, and I kind of glossed over the track. Lyrically it fits perfectly, and you can tell that Paramore are really appealing to their audience. For me, having just turned 31, you can see that there are going to be a lot of fans that are caught in the middle. They're at that middle age or that quarter-life crisis age, and they're not too old, they're not too young, they're literally in the middle. No Friend was a song I really wanted to love, and I really thought as a concept it was going to be incredible. I actually read the lyrics for this song before I heard it. It features Aaron Weiss from Me Without You heavily on this track. His vocals are lost in the mix. Very much almost like an instrumental track with Aaron's vocals kind of mumbling underneath. When he's delivered such amazing feature performances historically over music, thinking about Memphis Shall Be Laid to Waste by Norma Jean, his vocals on that are extraordinary. He really delivers. However, when it comes to this song, they're just lost. It's a little bit muddy, and I kind of would like to see this song live with Aaron to see if he can still deliver it. Having only just seen Me Without You again and knowing what Aaron can deliver, it seems a shame that his voice is lost in the track listing there. Which brings us neatly onto the last track of the album, Tell Me How. This song is kind of quiet, it builds and it builds, but it never quite breaks. I always think it's good to have those quieter songs at the end of your record. For me, Hayley was coming over sounding a little bit like Lorde, and I was expecting it to like really crescendo, but it didn't. I don't know, for a closer it could have built up, and again it might be another song that comes over a lot better live. It just seems like the end of the album was having these tracks that conceptually would have really worked on paper, and I think when they delivered them in the studio they were quite happy with it, but when it's coming over in the context of the album it just feels a little bit lost. For me overall the album is great. Like, I give it a strong 7 out of 10. I couldn't really like say it's my favourite record of the year, but I do know that I'll be listening to this quite a lot. A lot of my friends are into this band, and it's refreshing to have something that's going to appeal to a lot of people and really going to start to engage people talking about alternative music again. You should go listen to After Laughter. I'm really curious if I can pick this up on vinyl and add it to the collection. I'll certainly be talking about it if I can. So the main concept of this video is the power to decide. In the UK, our election is happening next week, like imminently. It's on the 8th of June, and I want everyone in the UK, hopefully you've registered to vote, you're really up for that challenge, but I want you to go and vote. I want you to vote for who you care about, and I want you to vote for who you're passionate about. I know who I'm voting for. I've made my decision. I've read the manifestos, I've seen the news coverage, and I've fact-checked it as well. Looking at sites like Full Fact that are impartial and can kind of diffuse the nonsense that's going on with the election really, really do help. But I want you to imagine that you didn't have power to decide about your future. That's why it's important to vote. That's why it's important to go out on June 8th and make your voice heard. If you're 18 and over, you can go and vote. And if you're not 18, then now is still a great time to start engaging in politics. You can always protest at any age. You can always make your voice heard. Voting in this general election, you can also vote every day. We vote with our money, we vote with what we click, we vote with what we share on different social platforms. That's where the discussion really happens in 2017. So please, from me to you, go and vote. Vote for who you care about and vote for who you're passionate about. This should be for the many. It shouldn't be for the few people that have already registered, that are just in the background and that always vote. There's a big upturn in young people registering to vote, and I want to see that continue. I want to see our young people rise up and make that positive choice that they want for their future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already and you're watching this, please click the link below. It would really help. Leave a comment if you enjoyed the review, if you're excited to vote in the election, if you're passionate about politics as well. It's nice to hear from you and engage a discussion. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.